believe all forms of TV will be data-enabled, targetable, and measurable. And by that, I say we have, for example, a marketplace that we launched a couple of months back that we announced, and that's partnerships we have with a lot of our current advertisers and also networks that offer advertising on Roku, so that we are able to match the data that they have on their users, obviously with all the privacy and all the rules in mind, and it's anonymized data that then we can match to the platform data and be able to provide some more targetable audiences. And again, that's a great benefit to the users because the advertisements that you're watching on Roku are specific to what your needs and preferences are, versus if you look at just linear traditional advertising, especially broadcast, right, it is a lot more wider audience and it's not necessarily having that targetable effect. Roku has over 5,000 channels on the platform today. We launched the Roku Channel, which is our AVOD channel, back end of last year, and we saw it climb very quickly to the top 5 channel on the platform. And we believe that that's for a few reasons. Number one, we are offering a great content library of movies and television, but also all the advertising is a lot more seamless since the targeting is a lot more efficient. And we know that free is free, and our consumers have always looked for value proposition from Roku, and Roku as a brand is always a value brand, so we understand that our audience is looking for that kind of content on the platform. So Roku 2 years ago, actually, we launched the direct publisher tool. And this is a web interface where publishers can come to the web, sign up to be a developer on Roku, and then go ahead and use an MRSS feed plugged to the back end of that tool. So you can have a channel on Roku potentially within 48 hours. And it goes through very light certification, and the content is organized with the metadata and everything through the feed, and it's very user-friendly. I mean, I can create a channel on Roku within 5 to 10 minutes just having a feed behind it. So we basically brought down all the barriers to entry in terms of having a published channel on the platform. Those channels are actually also helping us. We see them growing every day, and they are helping small niche content come to the platform with very little cost. Because you're right, there is a lot of production costs that you would have to incur to be able to publish if you wanted to do a customized app, for example. And a lot of our partners are the bigger partners, such as Netflix or the networks in the US like ABC, NBC, will always have potentially the ability to have the resources and create those apps, but entities that are smaller will not be in that same position. So we want to make sure that the apps also will continue to be updated as our SDK updates and as our OS updates, right? So you don't even have to really do any heavy lifting every time you change something in your infrastructure. So we license our operating system, and we obviously sell devices. And we license our operating system to over 10 brands of televisions, and we are using that strategy also to expand abroad. Roku operates the platform in 23 countries today, and we do that also with our partnerships with entities like Sky, for example, where we license our box and it's co-branded to their users. And we also sell devices, right, which is how Roku got started. And in Latam, for example, that's where we have been expanding rapidly with device sales, and we are basically covering Australia and a lot of other geographies. And again, in those geographies, our library, for example, maybe goes to about 3,000 channels. We do have a worldwide library of content that's over 2,500 channels on the platform. So we can easily integrate into other markets and bring different content to those regions as well. And we obviously also work with tons of the local content providers to help them publish apps on Roku so that we can bring localized content to those users. We're super excited about Canada. We just launched the Roku Channel in Canada, and we're also looking to expand more and more content into Latam. So we went into Mexico about 2 years ago, and we just expanded into Argentina, Chile, Peru, and Colombia at the end of last year. So we're also looking, of course, to continue to grow in Europe and other geographies, like in Sub-Saharan Africa. We do have a partnership with a couple of the telcos there to bring Roku to those regions.